we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Heather, and in today's video I will be sharing my fall decor for this year. I'm really excited to be doing something a little different this year. I am going more minimal, and so I'm mostly going to be using organic materials that I don't have to worry about storing and adding more clutter to my home. And I'll even be getting rid of some of my old decor to make more space and just keep it lighter. And so I'm going to be keeping it pretty neutral in the color palette as well. There will be just a little bit of color, as you'll see. And when you see how many pumpkins I am using on the mantle, you may think that's not really minimal, but for me minimalism is just living more simply and not having so many things to have to keep track of, so many things to worry about. So with using live materials and organic materials, to me that still kind of goes along with that whole mindset and that lifestyle. So I will be doing some painting of pumpkins. I'm going to be sharing a couple of DIY wreaths with y'all, decorating my mantle and my front door. And I'm just so excited to decorate. This is my favorite time of year aside from Christmas. And even though it's still in the 80s here in the South, one of my clients once said that fall may not be in the weather forecast, but it is in our hearts. So with that being said, I hope that you enjoy this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, where I'll be sharing my journey to a more minimalistic and simplified lifestyle as a new mom. Thanks so much for watching, and let's get started. So here is some of the stuff I'm going to be using. I got all these little pumpkins at Trader Joe's. So these are great because I think they're only like 69 cents each. So I got a whole bunch of them to add in, and I really like the white ones. And these little pie pumpkins, which I think were only like $1.99. And then I got some flowers that I'll be adding in, and some pretty fall colors, some greenery that I'm going to use on the mantle and on a wreath. And then I'm repurposing this pumpkin from my baby shower. It was like the sign in. I think I'm gonna paint that and add that into the decor. And then over here, I have all of these pumpkins. So I've kind of just sort of arranged. This is not how it's gonna end up looking, but I was trying to get an idea of how many I would need for the mantle. So I have a whole bunch more of these from Trader Joe's. And these are from Target, like the dollar section at Target. They're actually glass. And then these little plush ones I might add in also. So I have all of those pumpkins. And then a couple down here that I'm going to use. And then all of this stuff from my fall decor from last year, I'm rummaging through to try to see what I still want to use this year. And we'll probably get rid of a couple of things. So I already know that I'm gonna get rid of this because I never really seem to know what to do with it. And then some of the florals from last year I'll be tossing because I just don't really like the way they look anymore. And I'm trying to go for a little bit more of a neutral color palette. So I'm gonna go through all of this, but these are all the things I'll be using. I have these that I'm probably going to paint, and just some little cloths and things like that, a pillow I'll be putting out. And then I think I'm gonna repurpose this as a cookie jar. Since we don't really have a lot of space to just set things out, I think I'm just gonna take everything out of that and make it a cookie jar, since I always make fall cookies. And then I've kind of sort of arranged this wreath is gonna be for the door. So I'm trying to decide how I want that to look. And then I'll be sharing that, what that ends up looking like with y'all.
So I am painting the baby shower pumpkin this sage green that I already had from my baby's room. And then the smaller pumpkins, I'm just mixing a red with this yellow to get a light orange hue. So they all turned out just a little bit different in shade since I was mixing the paint, but I think it turned out really pretty. And now I am making the wreath for the door with this embroidery hoop that I already had, and just hot gluing some florals to the base. And these florals I think I got from either Michael's or Dollar Tree last year. So I'm just adjusting those flowers and gluing them down, and then I'll be adding in a little bit of greenery as well as some pine cones down at the bottom. And moving on to the front door, I'm just shaking out the rug, sweeping out all the dead leaves and spider webs that had accumulated to get it ready to decorate. And for today's question, do you prefer apple orchards or pumpkin patches? Here where I live, there aren't a lot of apple orchards, so I love going to the pumpkin patch every year. So let me know in the comments.
Summer is ended, the leaves are turning brown. Red and yellow, soon they'll be falling down. Now, I'm not ready, not just yet. I'm not ready for autumn. Autumn comes too soon.
And now for the mantle wreath, I am spray painting this other embroidery hoop rose gold. And once that's dry, I am adding actual live greenery to it that I got from Trader Joe's and using floral tape to secure it to the hoop. And this is just kind of a process of adding a little bit, tweaking it, and just kind of seeing how I like it, and then layering a little bit more on top. And now I am just cleaning up the mantle, getting it ready to decorate, making sure all the dust and dirt are off of it so that it's nice and clean and ready. And make sure you watch till the very end to see the reveal of the mantle. It's definitely my favorite part of the decor this year, and I think you're really going to like it as well.
You and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through. No limit to what we.
So I am adding all the pumpkins onto the mantle, and I decided to add this little string of fairy lights as well. It is battery operated, so you don't have to worry about plugging it in, and I think it just adds a little bit more warmth. And then I'm just adding in some greenery that I had left over from the wreath. And there's really no rhyme or reason to it. I'm just kind of taking little sprigs and tucking it in behind and in between the pumpkins and just kind of seeing what I like. And now I'm adding in some glass votives that I picked up from Dollar Tree to put on top of my candle holders, and adding in just a few final touches to the bottom of the mantle as well. And I'm adding in some votive candles to the front of the fireplace as well, just to add a little bit more warmth since we won't be using the fireplace anytime soon. And just for a few final touches to the living room area, I'm just adding in a fall cushion and some throw blankets just to add a little bit more color.
Train just left this town, while I'm slowly heading back to my apartment.
And then I had actually picked this third blanket up from IKEA a while back, and this cushion from Target, so I went ahead and added those to the chair. And now I'm just adding in the hand towels that I showed you earlier with Hello Fall and a neutral pumpkin. So I thought they still went really nicely with this year's color palette, and I believe I picked these up last year in the Target dollar section as well. And now I am just cutting some flowers that I had gotten from Trader Joe's that I showed you earlier. And I'll just be putting these in some vases throughout the house. I love having fresh flowers. I just feel like they add so much life to a space. And I love the warm colors of these. I think they'll be perfect for fall. Here is the entryway after I decorated it and added the flowers. And this little sign, this little Hello Fall sign was from, I believe, the dollar section of Target again. And these little plush pumpkins as well. And then I have this letterboard that I love to add little sayings to, and I love this "and all at once summer collapsed into fall" quote.
Someone said your heart is golden. All I got was my heart broken.
And then in the kitchen, I just set this tray out with my morning pumpkin mug and some more florals, and then this little sign that I've also had for a while.
Someone said your heart is golden. All I got was my heart broken.
And then I just added a few more little pumpkins on some of the shelves in the kitchen and throughout the house, just to add more of a fall feel throughout. And here is the reveal of the mantle. I'm really happy with the way it turned out with all of the greenery and the natural elements. Let me know what you think. Do you like the greenery? What do you think about the color palette? I would love to hear your thoughts and ideas.
I caught a glimpse of you out on the road, quiet like a dove. You're whispering a symphony unknown, breathing the breeze and trying to grow, lost in the sight of you alone. Here I'll stay till dawn. The breeze in the sky sings me a song. Here I'll stay till dawn.
And my husband actually got me these mums later on, so I ended up adding them in, and I really liked the little pop of orange that they added.
Indiana rose, I couldn't see you on my way back home. There's beauty where you are. I wish I wouldn't have to go there. Not now, I'm not ready, not just yet. I'm not ready for autumn. Autumn comes too soon. Autumn comes too soon. The light that flickers will blow.
And just a few final touches in the living room with some candles and blankets. But that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If it inspired you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.